Hey guys, Chickadee Maine, aka Deboo, Deboo.com with a Deboo.com surf forecast update. This forecast update effective around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, June 5th, 2015. And going to start you off over here in the Northwest Atlantic, east of New England, with a developing area of low pressure. This is going to move off towards the east over the next couple of days and will put some northeast groundswell in the water. The swell forecast models were showing some 12 to 13 second periods developing from this, with some max sea heights and excess of 15 feet. And then off the east coast down in here, off the Outer Banks, another area of low pressure is forecast to develop over the next 48 to 72 hours or so, and going to increase some east-northeast fetch in here towards New England, and then down in here towards the Outer Banks. There is some northerly flow that's going to develop into Florida. The hope is that that can combine with some of that 12 to 13 second period out of that low that's developing east of New England. And then down here in the Caribbean, we've got a clear picture now of what models were suggesting the other day that possibly could be Tropical Storm Bill. Chances are basically nil for Bill up in here off the Florida East Coast. The next shot looks to be an area of low pressure crossing over from the eastern Pacific into the Bay of Campeche, coming up in the forecast period. Give me a second and I'll adjust this for you, and you can see how this is kind of setting up. So for you Gomex fans, we're going to be watching that over the next couple of days. Models have been consistent in the back-to-back runs, showing an area of low pressure moving into the western Gomex in about a week or so. So we're going to be watching for that. But as we just saw with Bill, models were hinting at Bill moving up through the Florida Straits into the central Bahamas a few days ago, and that chances have been greatly diminished. Going to put it into motion for you now. Here's this area of low pressure east of, I said New England, east of Nova Scotia in here, and this is moving off towards the east. Latest marine forecast is showing seas in excess of 15 feet. And then over here off the southeast coast, got a little double barrel low set up. Again, another area of low pressure is forecast to develop in here and start increasing some east-northeast fetch in here towards the Outer Banks up into New England. And then here is this area that's down in here in the Caribbean, and you can see the overall structure of this area of low pressure that's spinning in here, but wind shear remains high. No chance of development. We'll see what happens tomorrow as this crosses into the Florida Straits and what happens. But here's this area of low pressure that is moving east away from Nova Scotia. This map is in meters, showing 5.5 meters. That's seas in excess of 15 feet with northeast winds 30 to 35 knots and a gale setting up. Again, that's what's going to put some initial 12 to 13 second northeast swell periods in the water. And then here at 96, this is day 4 going into next week, guys, Monday into Tuesday, another area of low pressure just east of New England. Winds northeast 20-25 knots with seas increasing 10 to 12 feet. And you can see, I'll pull this down just a little bit for you, there's some light northeast flow in here towards Florida. We're going to be watching for this to see if we can get East Florida back into some rideable surf here coming up next week. Outer Banks, Mid-Atlantic, and up to the northeast, guys, look like some fun surf going to be developing over the next 3 to 4 days for you. Stay tuned for the next update.